Yo everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Steins. It's past midnight. At 8 o'clock, the two of us silently ate a cup of noodles and warm bananas. Dara said he didn't want any, and ever since then we've been examining the phone wave, name subject to change. I've mainly focused on the terminal node settings through the X68000. Programs Dara wrote are all wizard class though, so I can't understand most of them. Just double check. Insanely skilled hacker. It makes sense, I mean, Dara is awesome. Oh! Don't think we've seen... Oh, we have seen this angle before. Just not in a while. Just not at night. Chris has been examining the AC adapter and the lab's electrical switchboard for a while, though we've stopped her when she tried to disassemble them. It's early morning and she still shows no signs of leaving. Where is she staying anyways? She's been in Japan for 1 or 2 months and she did say she was going back to America this month. The trains aren't running this late, so I guess she might not be able to leave even if she wants to. Did it say this month or next month? This month. But in that case, why didn't she leave before the train stopped? Don't tell me she plans to stay. No girls have ever stayed over at the lab. Mayuri has a cure for him, so she always goes back home to Ibukuro. Dara and I frequently stay here though. It's not an exaggeration to say we live here half the time. Maybe it's normal for American girls to stay overnight in labs. Christina, it's okay to stay here this late. Perhaps you should contact your family. No need. What? Do your parents let you do whatever you want? Chris turns to me and sighs. I haven't seen my father in 7 years. My mother's in America. I'm living in a hotel right now. Understand? Yeah, okay. What? Living in a hotel? Well, true, renting an apartment for just a month is absurd, but... You damn celebrity! If you're American, then you should at least use a motel instead of a hotel, right? I'm not American. Not any motels in the heart of Tokyo. What sort of hotel? What do you mean? It's a normal hotel in Ochanomizu. Ochanomizu. You can walk there from here, can't you? Sure. I see. That's why she's so flexible with her schedule. Finally, I understand. So, tell me about your father. Sorry? Cheerful music suddenly stopped. You said you haven't seen him in 7 years? What do you care about my father? You're the one who mentioned him? Isn't that basically a hidden message saying please give me some advice about my father, please? So I just laughed at the Japanese thing. I guess? No? You're crazy, pretty much. You're my assistant, so I can't let my assistants have any worries. So tell me everything that's on your mind. Kusu pouts and says no more. Instead, she glares at the circuit board at the wall, box of the wall. What's wrong? I have nothing to say to you. Oh, I know. Your father was a hero and then he fell to evil, and now he wears a black mask and cape and goes, hee-caw. Right, and in the future you two are destined to fight and... I think I heard Chris's teeth grind. You're really mad at me, aren't you? Don't make fun. Chris didn't look me in the eye, but her low voice tells me how mad she is. Of people's family issues like that. You're trampling on my heart. Wow. Could her father's situation be a landmine? I think you just already stepped on it. Maybe I should apologize. I tried to think of the words, but before I could say anything... Hell yeah! Dao's war cry echoed through the lab. Did he get it?
Mission complete.
Mission complete. Dao shows his white teeth in a wide grin and gives a thumbs up. Yeah! Got the server admin's ID and password. Now we can peep as much as we want. Hooyah! And the IBN 5100 database? That's separate. The server admin's unrelated. I mean, it's a database with normally unreadable code, so there's a limit on who can access it. Doesn't look like even the lab director can access it. Their priority is higher than that. There's something called the CERN exclusive console. Huh. So they call it a council, eh? What about it? It's a fitting name for our enemy. Chris looks at me coldly. Whatever. Let's leave the IBN 5100 database for another day. We're on a search for data on time travel research. Okie dokie. That Z program we saw last time was suspicious, wasn't it? That and the Jellyman's report. It is very strange things to be asking for. Jellyman Z program. We couldn't get concrete information on either before. Chris stares holes into the monitor. Her angry expression has disappeared. Look carefully and burn it into your eyes of proof of Seven's actions. It is send upon the world. Oh yeah, baby. Found the LHC project supervisor. That's a pretty important post. Right now we're picking inside his computer. Z program. Z obviously stands for Jelly. Zelly. Jelly starts with a J. Jelly. Wait. Is that... Wait. Okay. Careless mistake. So uncool. I suppose the Z program would be in English, potentially. And for them, I don't know. What I meant to say is there's no way it would be such a simple name. The name is hiding something important. It has to be a double meaning. Oh, damn it. Dao, who's been searching through the logs, suddenly stops. Got it! He displays a graphic on the monitor. It looks like a scan of a very old paper document. The letter reads, Z program top secret. The program began in 1973. When was CERN formed? 1954. I asked Dao, but Chris's answers insert her tone flat. Instead, I thought that maybe CERN was formed with the Z program in mind, but 54 means my guess was off. Yeah. When was the IBN 5100 put on the market? 1975. So maybe that's why CERN's, why the IBN 5100 was central to CERN's operations. The years match, after all. Yeah, I mean 2 years. No, that's wrong. It can't be something as stupidly simple as that. There has to be a worldwide conspiracy involved. Maybe the IBN hid their proprietary program language in the IBN 5100 for the sole purpose of its use in CERN's Z program. IBN and CERN are co-conspirators, and both of them are being manipulated from the shadows by an even larger organization. Yeah, that's way more interesting. Ocarine. A JPEG, come on. I can't copy and paste this? Darrow mutters some complaint. The text isn't in French. What's on the screen right now looks like English. Actually, there's French, Dutch, and German versions too. The context looks the same though. Steins' proposed heading into the 21st century shall be to establish control over space and time, thereby to ensure the destruction of extinct history and the creation of an everlasting utopia. Ruled by the committee that encompasses the entirety of past and future events. Quisu suddenly starts speaking at the stilted clip. Oh, right. Masashi can do English. Way to go, assistant. Your study abroad in America was all for the sake of today, wasn't it? Of course not. Stop assuming silent people roles in your fantasy world. Darrow relinquishes his chair, allowing Christus to sit in front of the computer. Oh wow. Destroying the history head based in the wall. In order to maintain this project's secrecy and to allow its name to remain relevant to the changing circumstances, we designate it the Z program. Z, like the Greek Omega, or the relic, yeah? It is forbidden to assign any meaning to this name or to seek. It is forbidden to assign any meaning to this name or to seek in it significance beyond the project itself. Negative returns are predicted should this edict be violated. The Z program is a top secret project spanning international borders like electromagnetic wave research. It has been approved for top priority funded by the Committee of 300. Henceforth, all other research performed at CERN shall function to keep the Z program's existence secret. I guess Chris is reading the preface to this document. It's getting around. What are you talking about? This is kind of like. Is there anything specific about what exactly the Z program is? There are types on the keyboard from the side bring up another window, but definitely highlights just how much they don't want this getting out. Ah, here. This can't be. Crystal bends forward and stares wide-eyed at the words on the screen. What is it? The purpose of the Z program is to perform time-space displacement experiments by the means of high-energy proton collisions. Time-space displacement experiment. In other words, time travel. Boom. I have to struggle to keep from shouting. I quickly run over to the window and close it. Might make it hot inside, but it would be worse if people outside overheard us. No way. It was true? You tell me they've been deceiving the world for nearly 40 years? Just as I suspected, a great shadow lurks behind Zarin. Most likely the organization, or one of its puppets. What organization? You Chunobio nut job. At least try to be serious some of the time. Don't be ridiculous, my words are always grounded in truth. Anyways, shouldn't it be the committee instead of the organization? That's what it says here. Committee of 300. Do they think they mean CERN's exclusive council? What are they talking about? I wonder what it says. The Unseen Masters, a secret organization rumored to manipulate the... Oh. Wait. Some believe there are many secret societies spoken by the conspiracy theorists are all merely puppets of the Committee of 300. One theory states that the Committee of 300's ultimate goal is to establish one world government. With the exception of the elites, the world's population will be reduced to 1 billion, and the remaining 1 billion will be enslaved. Huh. The world is full of lies. It's not as beautiful as you think. Listen, Ocarine. I am listening. The Committee of 300 is a dark power that controls every secret society, every government, every manipulating contraption. You're making things up again. It is truth. Google if you don't believe me. Until now, the human race, for all its accomplishments, has never been able to overcome the barrier called time. The technology of time travel, which can break through the barrier, will change the course of human history, literally. It was written, when we split the atom, the forbidden fruit has the potential to grant us godlike powers. Not a man exists who can resist its temptation. And naturally, all those with power will use any means at their disposal to obtain it. Human mortality is naught but a joke to those who could stand with the gods. Understand, Christina? Wow, that's quite a speech. Since you seem to know so much about it, does that mean you're aiming for godhood too? What Hoenn Koyama desires is the destruction of all who would call themselves gods, the collapse of the hateful system, and the glorious new age of chaos. I'm not asking Hoenn, I'm asking Okabe. I am Hoenn. In other words, you don't have your own reason. Damn you, assistant. How dare you tap my very identity? Forget about him, Masakeshi. Please keep reading. What do you mean, forget about me? I'm tired of listening to conspiracy theories. I'm more interested in the Z program than your delusions. I told you they're not delusions and they're not theories. But Dao does have a point. Our top priority now is to expose the dark side of the international research organization known as Seven. Continue, assistant. Please show respect when you're asking a favor. They're huffing out complaints. Krisu, goes back to listening. Obediently? There we go. Stage 1 construction and implementation of the Large Hadron Collider. Didn't we get the collider? Over the past half century, began with the proton. Oh god, lots of science. Began with the proton synchrotron completed in 1959. Particle accelerator technology has reached the point where standardized results may be obtained. Stage 2 implementation of testings of lifter technology. The formation of more than two artificial localized singularities, as well as the formation of a Kerr black holes, will become possible when this stage is complete. In order to hide the program's true goal, it is necessary to intentionally leak misinformation regarding the formation of black holes. Stage 3 animal experimentation. Stage 4. Krista stops talking. She takes a deep breath, then finally mutters angrily. Human experimentation. For real? A chill runs down my spine. I admit, some part of me still saw this as a game. I was elated to discover that the institute and respected that an institution as respected as Seven was actually doing time travel research. After all, we ourselves had succeeded, whether by chance or design, in producing our own time travel phenomenon. Blah. I thought that maybe we could beat Seven to the first functional time machine design. And wouldn't that be something? But now, just like I said to Krisu, the world is full of lies, morals are meaningless. Was it really okay for us to be getting involved in this? Hey, Ocarine, remember when we hacked him before? Pretty sure that email we read said this. Result error, human is dead, mismatch. For details, see the Jellyman's report. Someone died? Could that have something to do with human experimentation? My throat goes dry. Cold sweat sweeps through my brow. And it's not because of the heat. Chris and Dao were waiting for me to speak. Are they interested in the discussion? Are they entrusting the decision to me? I ask myself, is this really okay? Are you sure? There is no turning back. True, but can I live with myself and ignore this conspiracy? Dao, look up the Jellyman's report. Really? Really? But first, Christina? You should leave. Why are you suddenly... The Jellyman's report, it gives me a bad feeling. Once we see it, we can no longer return to our normal lives. You're a genius, you're already published. For crying out loud, there's no need to throw away your promising future. You're worried about me? Of course I am. You're my assistant after all. I keep telling you I'm not your assistant. Thanks to your concern, but I'm not leaving. We need to expose the truth to the world. No, it's too dangerous. You're chickening out? We're powerless against this conspiracy. One wrong move and they'll have us erased. But still, this isn't a game. I'm not joking here. Fine. I won't tell anyone. Though especially shows that she doesn't agree, she finally submits. But I'm not leaving. It'll keep me awake at night. You won't regret this? I won't, she declares firmly. I don't know if it's her competitive spirit or if it's her bravery, or she's just ignorant to the ways of the world. But it doesn't look like I could persuade her to back down. What about you, Dao? Prepared? Well, I am a super hacker. He's comfortable, even in this situation. And with my skills, they'll never know we're there. That settles it. It's good that Mayuri's not here. I can't get her involved. I look at Dao and Krisu in the eye. Alright, let's begin. Krisu gives the seat to Dao. Henceforth, we should be known as Operation Legyan Chest. Can you just call it like Operation Steve? In Norse mythology, a gigantic chest produced of 9 locks. It contains the cursed sword Leviathan? Why Norse mythology? Is that Norse mythology? Because it's cool, I guess? Anyways, what's with men in military terms? Dao, begin the operation! I mean, I suppose it sounds better if you're talking about this. Hey, do the, I can't remember the name of it. The Loingjan's chest instead of, hey, how's it going with hacking into the thing? you know, code words and such. Oh, wait. He soon finds the Jellyman report and requires a second password authentication, with Dao broke through easily. Ready? I'm opening it. Dao looks at me and Krisu. I wet my perched lips and nod. The air in the laboratory suddenly seems thicker. Unable to escape through the closed windows, it surrounds us with oppressive heat. Dao wipes the sweat off his forehead and with a handkerchief, then timidly presses the enter key. The file opens. At first glance, it looks like a resume. There's a photograph in the top right. The top left, name, age, height, weight, and other information. At the center of the log, a string of English text. In the center, a long string of text. Underneath, there's something attached like a scan of a newspaper clipping with a black and white photo. And then I know exactly what the Jellyman in Jellyman report means. A man in the wall appears in New York. Where is... Help. Phone trigger. Shift. Okay. We can check out that lovely image. Identify a man. I know they'll probably go over this again, but I kind of want to read as much as I can here. The identity of a man whom from whom a man who made the right side of the body burned into the wall died was discovered in the whole body melts as it has jellied. As for the reason made a man for whom a man was I don't think they were quite good at the translation here. As for the reason made, a man from whom a man who made the right side of a body buried on the wall in a building in New York 14 and died was discovered. Only the height for women is ground, and it is understood accurately even whether it is neither this man the it's as if this was written by me. Like proper, just me rambling on about stuff. And the intense assertion done repeatedly throughout there is organs such as eyes, mouth, teeth are contained, ears. There's a lot of options that there was actually a part that has not been seen in the wall yet, and it's likely to have generated from inside through it to the above mentioned when buried onto the wall too. The government has been shaping a speech. Okay, that needs to stop. But that is a creepy image and a creepy thought. Jellyman's report 10. Subject James McCarthy, age 31, American. Z program stage 4, date of experiment 2005, January 28th, T13:05. Oh, 1:05. Krisu bends over Dao's shoulder, reading the context out loud. Result, error. Human is dead. Mismatch. That again. It is believed that due to the infinite compression by single supergravity, the subject could not endure pressure through the singularity inside the clear black hole. April 3rd, 1921, New York City. An unidentified man was discovered dead in the alley of Urban Square. The right half of his body was embedded in a nearby wall. This sounds like Chris was reading the newspaper article at the end. The man's body was completely jellified. Oh. Get a nice shot there. Ooh. Jellified like a banana. Dun dun dun. The ticking of the clock is like a hammer inside my head. It's past 2 a.m. The window is closed and the lab is silent but for the humming of the computer. We stare at the gruesome image displayed on the monitor, speechless. I was right. We're in too deep. I half expected guys in black suits and sunglasses to kick down the door and drag us off to secret military prison. Better make sure the door's locked. What's going on here? Dara breaks the silence with a disbelief and whisper. They jellified someone? Upon hearing the familiar words jellified, I reflectively look at the bunch of bananas placed next to the computer. There's only one banana left. We didn't have a single successful experiment today, so none of them were jellified. But I don't think this is a mere coincidence. The jellified banana is produced by the phone wave, named subject to change, and the jellified corpse is produced by a Steins experiment. They seem identical in nature. Then, experimenting on people. Grisa speaks calmly despite her grim expression. She doesn't even avert her eyes from the gruesome image. And this means they've created a time machine, doesn't it? Even if it's not perfect. Eh? I'm still in shock. I don't quite grasp the meaning of Chris's words. The New York Times article is from 1921. 90 years. That's some quick maths there. Look. Grisa points to the part of the black and white photograph. Her fingers shaking slightly. Oop. The jellified corpse of the man she's pointing to in his shoulder, which has writing on it. Perhaps it was printed on his clothes. It's fused into jellified body, but you can somehow manage to read 72183. I'm surprised that didn't. I suppose 90 years. It'll be about 4 years since 7 formed. Probably enough time for them for this to be, you know, forgotten. So, CERN used the LHC to send someone back to 1921. Looks like they failed to keep him alive, though. Is this the only report? No, there's more, look. Looks like 14 people in total. More Jellyman? That means more jellified people, more victims of human experimentation. I swallow hard. I'm awfully thirsty. I take a cold Dr. P out of the fridge and wet my throat. Show me the others. Dad pulls up another report. Without being told to, Chrissy begins translating out loud. I wouldn't even be able to try and translate this, but that image. Jellyman's report 09. Jellyman's report 9. Subject Dan Straysky, age 26, Canadian. Z program 4, date of experimentation. Experiment 2004, September the 6th, 10 past 2. Result, error. Human is dead, mismatched. The newspaper clipping. I think it's French. I can't read it. You can read the date though. January 31st, 2001. The location is Pau, France, I guess. That's fairly recent. A pretty big difference from James McCarthy, who jumped nearly 90 years back to 1921. Dow calls up machine translation, giving us the following. January 23rd, 2001. Collapsed male corpse discovered in the forest outside Pau, France. Its left foot was fused to the tree trunk and the body has jellified. Dow goes to the next report. That's kind of a hard one to see. But it looks like she's managed to keep her clothes. But this is a earlier report. Subject, Linda Hill, age 25, British. Z program 4, date of experiment, 2004, February 15th, 1:45. Result, error. Human is dead. October 2nd, 1972, the jellified bone of a woman was discovered on the streets of Dimapuri, Nanda, India. Nandu. There were signs that the boy had been run over by a car. Oh gosh. Down goes to the next page. What the? Just about see? Jellyman report 7. Subject Michael Lang, aged 33, German. Z program 4, date of experiment 2002, October the 8th. 20 minutes past 1. Result, error. Human is dead. Mismatch. The article clipping is written in Japanese. Looks like a pre-war newspaper. May 24, 1936. The corpse of what is believed to be a jellified human was discovered in the base of Mount Hihei in Kyoto. It was in a damaged state, possibly from having slid down the slope. It even happened in Japan. I've never heard this story before. It was pre-war though, so I guess someone born in the 90s like me would have no way of knowing about it. Next page. The picture shows a beach, beautiful, but for the jellyfish-like body living in the sand, lying in the sand, must have washed ashore. Whew. Jellyman's report 6. Shouldn't we be going up? I would be interested to see the higher number ones, like the ones after, like number 11, 12, 13, and 14. Anyways, Jellyman's report 6. Subject Mark Hughes, age 30, American. Z program 4, experiment, date of experiment 2002. Photo company. Sorry. 2002 August 23rd, 8 minutes to 1. Result, error, human is dead, mismatch. Living thing of mystery that flows to ocean and arrives. Is an object of jelly like the Medusa and is not alive on July 1st, 1985, though his follows to the fellow islands coast of the sandy bizarre object, and arrives looked like the adult male. The rumor is that it's a half fish person corpse among residents on the island has gone out too. Saren denies taking part, though there's a stamp named Saren in the piece through the shoulder. Huh. On July 1st, 1985, a strange body washed ashore on the coast of Four Islands. It appeared to be the body of an adult male, but his flesh was soft like that of jellyfish. Some of the island's inhabitants believe that was the body of a merman. The inscription Saren was found near the body's shoulder, but Saren denies any involvement. Keep looking. I've seen enough. There are 14 of these people. Sites are spread throughout the world. What can we deduce from this? They must have sent them to those places. I don't think so. It's too random. There's something about the Care black holes and gravity, right? Isn't that the cause? It is believed that due to the infinite compression by supergravity, the subject could not endure passage through the Care black hole singularity. That's what it said. What's a Care black hole? Is it different from a regular black hole? It's a theoretical black hole with a rotating singularity. Their existence hasn't been proven yet. Not that there's any way to prove one exists. Care black holes. Where have I heard them before? That term before. Oh, that's right. John Titor. Titor said his time machine used Care black holes. According to Titor, Saren finished their time machine in 2034, and then Titor himself came from 2036. It makes sense for Titor and Saren to use the same time travel technology. Chrissy closed her eyes in deep thought. Creating Care black holes, that's insane. If you screw up, you could swallow the Earth, and besides, Care black holes are just theoretical constructs. If Titor's predictions are reality, then that means the LHC worst case scenario video on YouTube was right. Wait. Then that means the LHC worst case scenario video on YouTube was right. What the hell's YouTube? Popular web series website. Let's keep going a bit longer. I don't know about Tay's prediction, but I've seen the problem videos before. It was on the news 2 or 3 years ago. Problem videos. A GC mock-up of the alligator made by a hole swallowing up the Earth went viral when it was uploaded to YouTube. The gravitational forces inside the Care black hole are undeniably powerful. It's still possible that passing through one could allow time displacement. There's no way a human could do that and come out alive. That must be how these people got jellified. It wouldn't just jellify you, it would tear you apart, particle from particle. That's what a black hole does. Before we discuss this, shouldn't we look into the rest of the time machine research? Those already started pulling up new documents. I'm suddenly afraid. Is it okay to keep hacking into Saren like this? Should I stop him? I'm the one who asked him to do it, but things have gotten serious now. At the same time, irresistible curiosity wells up inside me. Time travel is becoming a reality. I want to know if it's true. I can't stop now. There's a file that's... Here we go. There's a file in the Z program that explains time travel theory. This is where we're going to end this episode. Next episode, we're going to have a look into this file. Probably a lot of scientific stuff coming up in the next episode, so hope you're ready for that. Till then, everybody. Bye!